Right now, the Bucks are heading to the NBA Finals. Highlights from Atlanta and live reaction from the Deer District straight ahead.
This is News 3 Now at 10.
The Deer District in Milwaukee is going wild tonight, and for good reason. The Bucks are heading back to their first NBA Finals in nearly 50 years. Our Adam Duxter is live out there, and we'll hear from him in just a moment. But let's start with sports anchor Jordan Reed. And Jordan, how were the Bucks able to finish it and without Giannis?
You know, Amanda, it wasn't easy. I mean, the Hawks are putting up quite the fight, since their season, hangs in the balance. But the Bucks came out of halftime looking like a different team. They take Game 6, 118-107, and the guy that really made it happen, Chris Middleton. I mean, this game was close at the half. Bucks only up by 4 points. They wanted to punch their ticket to the finals. They needed some separation, and Middleton delivers. Back-to-back triples to get things going, and he ends up pouring in 16 points in just 4 minutes. Now, that fuels the Bucks offense. Drew Holiday and Jeff Teague, they also catch fire in the third quarter, and that was the difference maker in this game. Bucks close out this series in Atlanta with a double-digit win. Now, there's still more to come in sports. We'll take a full look at the game, plus the Brewers keep their hot streak alive. What a day to be a Wisconsin sports fan. Amanda, back to you.
Thank you so much, Jordan. There's a party tonight in Milwaukee, and it won't be ending anytime soon. Our Adam Duxter is in the Deer District outside Pfizer Forum, where fans are now planning to head home tonight. Adam?
Milwaukee!
We will get back to you soon. Thanks so much. The Bucks and Phoenix Suns will get started in the NBA Finals next week. We'll have everything you need to know, including start times and updates on Giannis's knee on our Channel 3000 app. It's easy to find in the App Store, and it's free. 4th of July weekend means fireworks and big shows are back this year in our area. This is a live look at the Light the Isthmus show over Breese Stevens Field. We were seeing him up there for a little bit, but not right now. You can find a full list of tomorrow's shows in our area on our Channel 3000 on the Channel 3000 website. Let's get a look at your first warned weather. Heat and a little more humidity tomorrow for the 4th of July. Gary?
Yeah, Amanda, temperatures will be up into the low 90s, and you factor in the humidity, it'll feel even warmer than that. Now, as we take a look at the time lapse from the WIC Skycam, we had clear skies all day today. Kind of a hazy tint to the sky part of the day, and that was because of wildfire smoke out west that's kind of filtering its way down into the Midwest. But as far as not having any clouds, you don't have any precipitation either. Wisconsin is dry. Nearest thunderstorms are just entering northwestern Minnesota. High temperatures today, mid-80s here in Madison, 85, 88 in Janesville. Milwaukee topped out at 90, and La Crosse is at 89. Right now, temperatures are still well into the upper 60s to the upper 70s. Milwaukee still at 82, Madison at 77. But dew point temperatures have crept up. They're now into the middle 60s. Yesterday, they were in the upper 50s at this time. So tomorrow, it'll be even hotter and more humid. High temperature 91 for our 4th of July. You factor in the humidity, it'll feel more like about 93 to 98. Later on, I'll take a look at our chances for rain as we head into the upcoming week.
Thank you so much, Gary. Turning to our top stories tonight, as Tropical Storm Elsa moves closer to Florida, officials in Surfside are preparing to demolish what remains of the collapsed condo building. CBS News' Omar Villafranca has more on what's going into the decision to bring the rest of the condo down.
10 days after the deadly collapse at Champlain Towers, the demolition date is set for Sunday for the badly damaged portions of the condo that are still standing.
At the end of the day, that building is too unsafe to let people go back in.
Recovery efforts have been slowed by safety concerns, and with the storm system taking aim at South Florida, officials said they didn't want the remaining building to fall and cause another disaster. Alan Klisheimer is a structural engineer hired by the city of Surfside.
No one really knows in detail exactly what the condition of the remaining building is. If the storm's going to hit, if the wind hits a certain amount, we're going to tell them to get away.
First responders continue to remove and sift through millions of pounds of concrete on the site that is safe to access.
They're on their hands and knees. They're digging through the rubble. They're using shovels. They're moving it by bucket loads.
Parts of the debris field were off limits to crews for safety reasons, in part because the pile was holding the damaged building up. Once the structure comes down, first responders will be able to search the whole site.
Family members and everyone have said search and rescue, search and rescue. At what point does it become recovery?
No matter what we call this mission, the mission is going to be the same. We are going to bring every single person that's in that pile back to their families.
Officials have not said exactly when the building could be brought down, but say it could be as early as tomorrow morning. Nearly a dozen people are in custody after a standoff on an interstate near Boston. The hours-long standoff with a group of heavily armed men in tactical gear began in the middle of the night. Authorities say the men took off in a wooded area after refusing to put down their weapons. The standoff partially shut down the highway and triggered shelter-in-place orders for 2 nearby towns.
You can imagine 11 armed individuals standing with long guns slung on an interstate highway at 2 in the morning certainly raises concerns and is not consistent with the firearms laws that we have here in Massachusetts.
The men told police they were going to Maine from Rhode Island for training and that they're members of a group called Rise of the Moons. Police are investigating and working to determine what charges they will face. One person is behind bars after a deadly crash overnight in Sauk County. Sheriff's deputies say the crash in Delton left 1 person dead and 1 passenger hurt. The driver of the car ran off from the crash scene but was later taken into custody. The victim's name is not being released at this time. Here's new video tonight from the nation's capital where final touches are being put on the National Mall. The National Park Service says the fireworks show is returning this year after being called off last year due to the pandemic. The Washington Monument will be closed tomorrow, but all other memorials and monuments will be open for visitors. Meanwhile, President Biden spent his day at a cherry farm in Michigan celebrating the nation's reopening ahead of the 4th of July. The U.S. won't reach Biden's vaccination goal. He wanted 70% of adults to be at least partially vaccinated by tomorrow. The White House says he isn't disappointed, but in Las Vegas today, Vice President Kamala Harris said there's more work to be done.
If we want to keep growing our economy, we also need to get more folks vaccinated. We got to get more folks vaccinated.
First Lady Dr. Jill Biden was also sent on the road today to celebrate the country's progress against COVID-19. She spoke in Maine, saying this weekend is about America finally coming back together. Carnival Cruise Lines is sending its first ship into the ocean since the start of the pandemic. The Carnival Vista left from Galveston, Texas this afternoon, becoming the second U.S. ship to leave from the U.S. The first ship, the Celebrity Edge, returned to Florida this morning. Carnival's ship only has 1,200 passengers on board. 95% of them are fully vaccinated. It's a bird on a plane. Check this out. That's not 1, but 2 birds flying through the cabin of this United Airlines flight. The plane was headed from Hawaii to New Jersey yesterday, but it had to be delayed for 25 minutes as the crew tried to get the birds off of the plane. Air travel is hitting pandemic records this weekend, with 2.2 million people passing through TSA checkpoints yesterday. Honoring a sibling next at 10, 1 day after their brother dies, how a Marshall family is making sure his legacy lives on. Plus, we'll head back out to the Deer District where Bucks fans are celebrating the team's first trip to the NBA Finals in 47 years.
Thanks for calling 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Do you make junk disappear?
Yes, ma'am.
When?
Now.
Take that! And that!
Ooh, take it all!
When you want junk to disappear, all you have to do is point.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
Milk, milk, milk. Yeah, guzzle milk, drink it all. Make a milk waterfall. Cookie milk, stack it tall. Milk with no rhythm at all. Make you run fast milk. Stay awake in class milk. Pour it by the glass milk. Is that a mustache milk? Boom, 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 base milk. Smile in your face milk. Go for the goal before you know you going all the way milk. Milky high, milky hey. I hope you have a milky day. Live your best life milk. You out this world, Milky Way. Put you on the spot milk. Question, got milk? Show us what you got. Hashtag got milk.
Now's the time to get a Ford built for you, by you. Pick your color, your wheels, and other available features specifically designed for your Ford. Want an F-150 with a 12-inch touchscreen, 400 horsepower in an Explorer, or a moonroof? You've got it. And now an additional $1,000 bonus cash on top of all public offers. See your dealer for a Ford built for you, by you. Build and order your select Ford today and get $1,000 bonus cash in addition to all public offers.
It's one thing to say you have the most accurate forecast. It's another to prove it, and we've done just that.
First Warn Weather has been certified most accurate here in Madison by WeatherRate, an independent research firm. They study every news station's forecast every day, every year, and determine scientifically which forecasts align with the actual observed conditions.
Only one station came out on top, and that's News 3 Now First Warn Weather.
Trust the First Warn Weather team for your most accurate forecast.
Thanks for calling 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Do you make junk disappear?
Yes, ma'am.
When?
Now.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
The isolation of the pandemic led many down a dark path.
Just want you to sit at home and be lost in your own hell.
To substance abuse and overdose. Madeline O'Neill shows you what's being done to help battle this overshadowed epidemic. Wednesday on News 3 Now at 10. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. Let's go back out to Adam Duxter, who is in the Deer District. He's basically at the biggest party in the state right now as everyone celebrates the Bucks going to the NBA Finals. Adam?
Yeah, man, I'm still in one piece, believe it or not, after the top of the 10, where we were just getting absolutely mobbed by fans. And the party is still going, but just starting to wrap here in Milwaukee. And the biggest roar came just a moment ago when the PA announcer said, hey, we'll see you back here again next week for Game 1 of the NBA Finals. So the Bucks haven't been in nearly 50 years. These fans.
One more time. Thanks. Extreme weather conditions hitting the Rockies this weekend. We're going to take a look at some pictures of Interstate 70 in Colorado, where mudslides are closing parts of the road. The state's Department of Transportation says some slides are 9 feet deep and cover hundreds of feet. We're seeing new video tonight from the Dominican Republic, where Tropical Storm Elsa is already leaving its mark. That country's leaders evacuated people living near rivers and creeks. The Dominican Republic's capital of Santo Domingo was also expecting extreme flooding. Emergency groups say they had 2,500 centers ready for evacuated people. Let's get a look at your certified most accurate forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. And now that is headed toward the states.
It is. In fact, Amanda, National Hurricane Center and National Weather Services has issued tropical storm watches now for the Florida Keys, as well as parts of southwestern Florida, almost as far north as Fort Myers. This is for Elsa, which is still southwest or southeast of Cuba and just to the east of Jamaica. Maximum sustained winds right now 65 miles per hour with gusts to hurricane force at 75 25 miles per hour, moving west-northwest at 17 miles per hour. So the center of circulation kind of offset from all the thunderstorm activity, which kind of gives the tropical weather systems more of its energy. So because of that, we're not expecting it to intensify, but still, you can see the large cloud shield means a fair amount of rain, and the computer model forecast along with the actual forecast from the National Hurricane Center bear this out. ELSA's forecast to move toward the northwest or west-northwest, and by Sunday evening be just south of Cuba with maximum sustained winds near hurricane force. It's forecast to cross over Cuba and then be near the Florida Keys by early on Monday evening. But notice the rain into the Miami area, and they were concerned about that, and there'll also be some strong winds there for the building collapse situation there. And as ELSA moves right along the west coast of Florida, it'll be near Tampa with maximum sustained winds just shy of hurricane force by Tuesday evening, and then eventually it's forecast to be near the coast, passing near Charleston, South Carolina, and then moving back out into the Atlantic east of Virginia. So because it's close to the ocean, even though it'll be over land, it probably will still maintain tropical storm strength, although by this time it'll be weakening quite a bit, but also bring a fair amount of rain, if nothing else, along with strong winds. Here in the Midwest, our weather is much quieter. No rain across Wisconsin. There are some thunderstorms up in northwestern Minnesota, moving out of North Dakota. That area could still see a strong to severe thunderstorm this evening. Tomorrow, the Storm Prediction Center does have an isolated severe thunderstorm risk, a marginal risk over northwestern Wisconsin. But by the time those storms reach us by early on late Sunday night, early Monday morning, they'll be weakening. And notice the severe weather outlook for Monday. No severe thunderstorms expected, although there'll be some thunderstorms around. Rainfall, that could be somewhere in the ½ to 1.5 inches of rain. This is through early Thursday morning. That's from the showers and thunderstorms that'll be with us the first half of next week. There'll be some heavier amounts, but this just kind of keeps us even. It doesn't help break the drought any. It just gives us, it keeps our rainfall amounts pretty even to where they should be for this time of year. 91 for the high tomorrow. So our 4th of July, a hot and humid one. Heat index value somewhere between about 93 and 98 degrees. And then the 7 to 10 day forecast, 89 on Monday, 84 on Tuesday. Shower and thunderstorm chances probably highest in the Tuesday-Wednesday time frame. But notice Wednesday, a lot cooler, 73 for a high, and then temperatures warm up a little bit toward the end of next week. There'll be a little more humidity that could lead to some shower and thunderstorm chances, and then temperatures cool off again for the next weekend, highs in the 70s, so a little bit of a break from the heat there, but still, we could use rain, you know, just as long as it's not coming all at once.
Yeah, and it's spread out during the week, and it seems like that's what it looks like.
Yeah, right now that's the trend.
All right, thank you so much, Gary.
You're welcome.
As many families are celebrating this holiday weekend, one is absolutely shattered after learning their 16-year-old son, Ben Chadwick, died in a car crash yesterday morning in Sun Prairie. But in that short time, the community is already trying to provide some comfort. Christina Laurie explains how you can help too.
Independence Day weekend is supposed to be about fairs, food, and fun.
Ben's the happy-go-lucky man.
Instead, the Chadwick family is planning a funeral. Their 16-year-old son, Ben, died in a car accident early Friday on his way to the Stoughton Fair.
There's nobody that could not like Ben. He'd go to the softball games. He's always the guy in the outfield that was cheering for no reason.
Fair President Chris Quam says Ben was not only a great young man, one of his daughter's very best friends. He was also a talented exhibitor, excited to sell his steer. This afternoon, the community went ahead with that sale. With Ben's brother and sister leading their youngest sibling steer in front of the crowd, there wasn't an empty seat or dry eye in sight. Steers from junior exhibitors like Ben usually go for $1 or maybe $1.50 a pound. Ben's went for $14. And then went up for re-auction for another $9.
If he didn't carry himself the way he did, there wouldn't be this many people out here supporting him today.
All of that money will help the Chadwicks as they remember Ben.
Just a great kid.
If you want to help the Chadwick family, we have a link up on our website where you can make a donation. In more local news, after lending his talent for more than 50 years as the town's barber, Belleville's Bill Murphy is calling it quits. The 77-year-old began his career in 1962 after being labeled artistic on a high school aptitude test. Once he found his calling as a barber, he bought his grandmother's house and remade the garage into Bill's barbershop.
You think about retiring and you don't realize it until you've done it, I guess. And I haven't really quite got it all in my head yet, but it'll come.
Murphy credits his decades-long steady hand to natural talent and his Irish ancestry. He plans to start his retirement staying busy with yard work, and he says he's not one for travel. 4th of July festivities are in full swing in our area. The Monona Festival had its first Monsters in Monona Strongman competition. Dozens of competitors from around the Midwest today tested their strength in Winnequa Park. Organizers say it's all fun and games, but everyone was taking it very seriously. The Monona Festival wraps up tomorrow with the Keg Toss Throwdown and the annual Wife Carry Championship. The Bucks are still dancing. They took care of business on the road and without their two-time MVP. We caught a glimpse of how things went down in Atlanta and have full highlights coming up in sports. And you don't want to miss any more of the party in the Deer District. We'll have another live report from Milwaukee coming up.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
You may hate the color rouge. Well, now it's sapphire blue. Why stick with something you despise? So in life, the rose you oppose. Just save, better get Mako.
Life in the 608 is all about how you live it. And there's plenty of inspiration.
This is just an idea that I rolled with.
I'm News 3 Now's Josh Spreiter. I'm visiting the people, places, and events that make this area one of a kind.
Who's the evil twin?
Tell me what inspires you, and it might be featured on News 3 Now this morning.
My motto is, be the change you want to see in the world.
In the 608, weekdays on News 3 Now this morning.
It doesn't get any better than this.
So why use Toyota service centers?
Well, you wouldn't use just any carpenter, would you?
This thing working? No.
Keep your Toyota a Toyota. Right now, for a limited time, get 20% off the purchase and installation of premium cabin air filters. See your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com to learn more. Toyota, let's go places.
It took us years to find the perfect bun for Culver's Pretzel House Pub Burger.
It's got the nice pretzel flavor on the outside, but when you open it up, it's light and airy. Got a nice sweet flavor to it. It literally melts in your mouth.
This bun is perfect for a Pretzel House Pub Burger. Seared fresh beef, tangy mustard bistro sauce, pickled red onions, 2 slices of bacon, served with our signature cheddar cheese sauce.
This bun was made for this burger. This is perfect.
I think it's an awesome burger. Welcome to Delicious.
Roll down the windows, turn up the radio, and discover all that Illinois has to offer. Find your road trip at enjoyillinois.com.
A Madison Magazine exclusive, the untold story of Nirvana on the 30th anniversary of Nevermind, and Madison's pivotal role in the band's runaway success. With never-seen photos and local accounts. Get your collector's issue of Madison Magazine on newsstands now. Congratulations to Madison Magazine for earning top industry honors for outstanding journalism and design, including the coveted prize for general excellence in the 36th Annual National City and Regional Magazine Awards.
You may hate the color rouge. Well, now it's sapphire blue. Why stick with something you despise? So in life, the rose you oppose. Just save, better get Mako.
Bucks are taking over our show, and for obvious reasons. For the first time since 1974, they are heading to the NBA Finals, but let's see how they got there. Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals, Giannis ruled out because of his left knee injury. But Trae Young, he returns to the Hawks lineup after missing a couple games himself. Now, with just one more win needed, Bucks make their presence known early. Brook Lopez grabs hold of Bobby Portis' lob and alley-oop for a double-digit lead. But the Hawks work their way back. They're only trailing by 4 points at the break, and whatever was said during halftime clearly worked. Chris Middleton gives the Bucks the separation they needed. 16 points in the first 4 minutes. And you know the rest. He leads the way with 32, Holiday with 27, and the Bucks are Eastern Conference champs. Brewers looking and feeling pretty good right about now, riding their first 10-game win streak since 2003, a 7.5-game lead in the NL Central standings, and another series win on the horizon. Now, Game 3 against the Pirates, and the crew doesn't waste any time. Avisail Garcia connects early, and that drives in 2 runs, and that was only the start for him. Now, he came to PNC Park ready to go. Jumps on this pitch, brings home another run. That's the 5th run of the game, and it's only the 2nd inning. Garcia finishes the day with 5 RBI, keeps the Brewers' hot streak alive. They win their 11th straight, 11-2, going for the 4-game sweep tomorrow at 12:05. And the Mallards catching fire lately, a 3-game win streak heading into their matchup with the Woodchucks, hoping to close out the 2-game series. Well, the Mallards fall at home 6-5, but a chance to bounce back is right around the corner. Kingfish coming to Madtown for 2. That series begins tomorrow at 5:05. Now let's hit the links for the 3rd round of the Rocket Mortgage Classic. Troy Merritt having himself a day in Detroit. His 1-shot lead quickly turns into a 3-shot lead after he sinks his first career hole-in-one. Now, Joaquin Niemann climbing up the leaderboard. His attempt at eagle, that's a no-go. But he's sitting comfortably behind Merritt, and then on 18, Niemann squares up with him to be the co-leader at 14 under going into the final round. And the Lightning now lead the Canadiens 3-0 in the Stanley Cup Finals. Game 3 took place last night in Montreal, and in case you missed it, Cole Caulfield, he's in on the action. Second period, Habs trailing 4-1. Caulfield and Jeff Petrie able to feed Nick Suzuki. Brings it back to a 2-goal game, but the Bolts go on to win this one 6-3, and they could sweep tomorrow night in Game 4. Now, I can only imagine, just looking at Adam's live shots, how excited Deer District is. And I know that everyone is just looking forward to the finals beginning on Tuesday.
Yeah, and it's not just Milwaukee. People in Madison are, I'm sure, very, very excited, throwing their own parties.
I bet you if you open up the door outside, you might hear people screaming.
We can hear it. Thanks so much. We'll be right back.
Now's the time to get a Ford built for you by you. Pick your color, your wheels, and other available features specifically designed for your Ford. Want an F-150 with a 12-inch touchscreen, 400 horsepower in an Explorer, or a moonroof? You've got it. And now an additional $1,000 bonus cash on top of all public offers. See your dealer for a Ford built for you, by you. Build and order your select Ford today and get $1,000 bonus cash in addition to all public offers.
Your pipes need to loosen up. Your furnace needs to chill out. No more Freon for your AC. You don't need a working ceiling fan. Nothing can stop me from causing problems in your home. Oh no, the homeowner's called Action Man and his action team.
That's right, Pesky. Your problems are plunged.
Call on Action Plumbing, Heating, and Electric at iwantactionnow.com.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I solemnly swear that I will support the veterans of the
United States Armed Forces.
I will defend the Constitution
against all enemies. That I will commit
to ensuring they are
not forgotten.
And I will enable veterans to live the same life of opportunity
they have provided me.
So help me God.
We are looking for you, the civic-minded community member, to help us get our kids back on the path to success and back to school, plus secure a great part-time job. Cobeson Buses will be hosting a Star-Spangled Driver hiring event on Wednesday, July 7th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. with on-site interviews at Cobeson locations statewide. Test drive a school bus, score some festive door prizes, and new drivers are eligible for an event-only $1,500 hiring bonus. Cobeson is hiring at all terminals. Visit Cobeson.com for a location near you.
Want to know what the day's weather will be like where you live? Well, that's easy. Just ask me. Here's how. Record a short video on your phone. State your name, where you're from, and simply say,
I'm Sam from Madison. Hey, Chris, plan my day.
Then send it to me by email, and I'll give you a personal forecast right here on News 3 Now this morning. This is your chance to be on TV. So just send me a video and say,
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris, plan our day.
Plan your day with Chris, only on News 3 Now this morning.
On the next Live at 4, we'll see how the nation celebrated its birthday.
And Will Loper will be along with a rundown of all the new movies and streaming shows you might want to check out or skip altogether.
Get more local news now with Channel 3000 Plus, our free digital streaming service that brings you area news and info 24/7 from the News 3 Now team. Channel 3000 Plus. Download it today and watch from your streaming media player or mobile device. Every day, News 3 Now investigates. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
The party is not over just yet in the Deer District, but Adam, it looks like some people are going home. Maybe we'll be able to hear you this time.
Yeah, Amanda, what's the line in the old Semisonic song where they say you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here, right? They've cleared out the Deer District. It's a much more calm scene than the last 2 times around, but still an absolutely incredible night as the Bucks clinch a trip to their first finals appearance in almost 50 years. And Amanda, it was a party tonight, and for good reason. You think about Wisconsin sports and how close some of the teams, the Packers the last 2 years, the Brewers the year before that in the NLCS. The Bucks are the ones that finally get over that hump, make it to the championship game, and Tuesday night, it'll be a huge party for Game 1 of the NBA Finals here in the Deer District. I'm sure we'll have a blast covering Bucks versus Suns. Bucks are 4 games away from a championship, and I think the fans here in Milwaukee are ready for one.
Oh, yeah. I guarantee there will be a lot more fans out there during the finals game. Look like a lot of fun tonight, Adam. Thank you so much. All right.
I'm so happy for this. Reminds me very much of when the Cubs won their first pennant in 71 years when I was there that night.
Just a huge party.
Wall-to-wall people, and that's all it was.
And you can't help but smile.
Right, but everybody was having a good time.
Yeah,
It looked like obviously they were having a good time there.
Yeah, and Adam was too.
Yeah, well, they'll have time to cool down a little bit tonight because the temperatures will warm back up tomorrow. There's a live view from the Edgewater Skycam. Very nice out there tonight. No rain around Wisconsin. We could see a shower or thunderstorm by late tomorrow night. Temperatures right now upper 60s to the upper 70s. Milwaukee still at 82. Dew points are starting to climb, so the air is getting a little more humid. Look for a high tomorrow of 91 for our 4th of July with the heat index 93 to 98. Then some showers and thunderstorms early and late next week with temperatures a little cooler for much of next week.
Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great night.